Hey everyone, welcome to Three Guys One Movie. This is going to be a thing we're going to be doing from time to time here. We're going to do a ranked list. Today we're doing the whole Spider-Man franchise. Pretty much the way we did this was we all ranked all 6 of them on our own. I combined them together and got an average based on all 3 of our ratings, and these 2 have not seen the list yet, so I'm hoping there's at least one ranking in there that'll get a reaction out of them that's not in the place they wanted or whatever. Let's jump right into it. Number 6, pretty much unanimous, Amazing Spider-Man 2. Was
that makes sense.
The worst Spider-Man film. I actually had it one spot above because I do enjoy this movie more than Spider-Man 3. I'm not going to try to call it a better film, but I will say that I get more entertainment value out of it.
I don't agree.
Well, because there's a lot of unintentionally hilarious stuff, and I also had, I guess in comparison, Spider-Man 3 I had a lot more hope for running off Spider-Man 2. Amazing Spider-Man 2, I never really wanted a sequel to The Amazing Spider-Man, even though I enjoyed the film.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man 3 had a lot more riding on it, and then when I saw it, I remember thinking Sandman was awesome, but the movie sucked.
I don't mind the movie, honestly. But see, there's the thing.
We both ranked Spider-Man 2, or Amazing Spider-Man 2 as our last.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I had Spider-Man 3 as my last, because I think that's a rougher movie.
It's unintentionally funny because of how bad it is.
This is Spider-Man 3.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, okay.
Spider-Man 3, it's not that good compared to the other two, the previous 2. But there's parts of that movie I actually genuinely like. I don't genuinely like anything in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I like the fact that when Electro was smashing around in front of Peter at the electric field, it started playing Itsy Bitsy Spider, and then Peter said, "I hate this song," and then I started laughing because that was some shit out of Ghost Rider 2, where it was so bad that it was awesome.
Well, it's the only thing that I think that Amazing Spider-Man 2 had was that Electro kind of looked cool when he was Electro.
Yeah. No. I didn't like him at all when he was Max, but I actually thought he was okay-ish as Electro.
They wouldn't have been able to pull him off if they did it like the comic book Electro.
Also,
with the lightning bolt face. I mean, it would have looked weird. So I did think that was the only redeeming quality.
This movie was another in the series of Dane DeHaan being miscast.
Oh my god, yeah.
Dane DeHaan's just always miscast in everything, ever since Chronicle. That was fantastic.
Which is so bad because he's such a good actor.
I like him.
He's great.
He's just always in the wrong role.
Place Beyond the Pines.
Place Beyond the Pines was amazing.
That one and Chronicle. He's great.
But after that, it's just... poor guy, what was it? There's that. There was Amazing Spider-Man 2. I honestly think he is miscast in Cure for Wellness.
I liked the Cure for Wellness.
I liked the movie, but I thought he was miscast, and Valerian is fucking...
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, so I guess pretty much just I'm the only one who disagreed with that, but I already explained that. So, number 5 was Spider-Man 3, which was, again, that was my last one. You guys liked it a little more.
I think that was our second last one each.
That's the thing. I think this is pretty much you guys had that at second last, so you guys are
There's
most.
bad parts in it. It's a little cluttered.
I like Sandman.
Me too.
Sandman, if they were
the
to
one thing that holds it together.
Boot the Sandman part in the new movies, I said just use the same actor.
Yeah.
Because they made Sandman really good.
He was great.
And New Goblin was horrible.
Yeah.
Well, it just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and they were kind of here's Goblin again.
The final fight's really lame, too.
Yeah.
He
just traps them in a bunch of bars and hits them a bunch of times.
And then the other really bad part of it is Venom.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I feel like that's another one where it's the miscasting.
Yeah,
that character. Grace. Yeah.
Topher Grace was actually not a bad Eddie Brock if you're going comic booky, kind of a douchebag. He's not big. He wasn't
no, but he was still. He just felt like I don't remember his name, but his character from That 70s Show.
Eric,
yeah.
He kind of just played like a douchey Eric Foreman.
Just I was never. I don't know.
I guess I agree with that, but I don't know. The Venom was the way they designed Venom in that film was just awful.
He kept showing his face. Too.
Yeah, he kept, and I really hope that's one thing that they don't do in the new Venom movie.
Anything else to say about this one? Or are we happy with being second
emo
last?
Peter Parker.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
He's got some good moves.
Have you seen that sequence? There's a great YouTube video. I'll throw it in the description or something. But have you seen that sequence when they remove the music from it completely and it's just him walking around with all the sound effects?
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny.
I'll throw that down below. But we'll move up to the next one. Number 4, The Amazing Spider-Man. Which this one, I know you guys aren't on my side with this, but I had this at number 2.
Yeah.
I really liked Amazing Spider-Man because I still think, in terms of the action sequences, besides Spider-Man 2, this one has the best action scenes in all of them in terms of how they're choreographed, because I can actually see what's happening.
Lizard is cool, too.
But he's underused.
Yeah.
He doesn't really show up to the last 20 minutes.
And his whole thing is just, I'm going to make
lizards.
I also
the suit design in this one is, without a question, my favorite one. I think the suit design in the Amazing Spider-Man
yeah.
ones is leaps and bounds better than in the other movies. It just looks cooler and it looks more like the comic book.
No.
Sort of.
And then, what do you call it?
Don't agree.
The other big thing that I liked with this one was like Spider-Man's attitude. Like, I don't think Andrew Garfield was a good casting for Peter Parker because he's too cool. He seems too hip. Like,
exactly.
Peter Parker's always like this awkward little dweeb, and like he didn't fit for that. But when he was Spider-Man, he had the attitude part down for that. And there's a lot of like, this one has a lot of the better one-liners in terms of like shit that Spider-Man says while he's in costume. Like, I still think one of my favorite scenes in any of the Spider-Man movies, if we're just talking purely based on like a comical little thing, is that thing with the knife in the parking lot.
Oh no, he's got a knife!
I still like that scene because that to me like boils down exactly what the character should be.
That's very Spider-Man.
I guess
I love that scene.
When it came out, in terms of the attitude of Spider-Man, it was better.
And
it was better than Tobey Maguire.
I've watched this movie a couple times, and that scene when he first discovers that he has the powers in the subway is still funny to me.
That's okay. Yeah.
It's a funny bit of slapstick, like when he actually pulls the pole off and then
not as good as when Tobey Maguire gets his powers.
That's true.
That scene's good too because they got the go web go thing too. That was.
We both ranked. Me and Zach both ranked this at 4.
Yeah.
Right? So
no, this is like exactly your guys' list right now.
I don't hate that movie. It's just I find the villain is very generic, and it just kind of turns
when
to
it came out
at the end.
I'm totally in the minority of this one, and I know that. I just personally enjoy this one more because it's not.
Yeah.
It's an origin story, but it didn't feel, I guess, as much of an origin story as the first one, because the first one felt slower to me.
But the first one was the first time, so they had
for sure. For sure, but I think this one, like, in my opinion, just gets the extra credit because it got going quicker.
Yeah.
Well, like, it doesn't have as much of a prologue.
I don't know. I just think that Andrew Garfield didn't do that great of a job.
I really like him.
Yeah.
I don't like him as Peter, but I really like him as Spider-Man.
Yeah. He was okay as Spider-Man.
I guess moving up the list, we got number 3. It was the original, the Spider-Man. Just Spider-Man.
Okay.
First Sam Raimi one there.
Yeah, that suits at 3. That's, to me, pretty good.
It's fun.
It's a good movie.
It doesn't hold
I think I
up
had this at 4 on my list. I had it one spot down.
See, it doesn't hold up as well anymore, but
it's
not
movie.
bad. Like, I'll go back and watch it. Like, it's a rewatchable film.
Well, and like I said earlier, the whole go web go thing and him trying to figure out his powers at first is funny. Like,
I thought it was pretty funny, and then swinging into the. They tried doing a very Spider-Man thing when he was discovering it and slamming into the billboard, which was pretty like slapstick comedy, which was kind of cool. And at the beginning, you kind of felt like Tobey Maguire fit the part as
he was really
Peter Parker.
Awkward.
Yeah, because he's a really awkward, nerdy dude.
Yeah.
So that one shot when he has his powers and he saves MJ from slipping on the floor.
Yeah,
and she's just like, "Oh, you don't have your glasses on. Did you just get contacts?" It's just like an awkward stare, just like, "Oh yeah." And it's just like, "Oh yeah, that's awkward."
Yeah, no, they pulled him off he pulled off the awkwardness. Really well.
Yeah,
and it's fun.
And the Green Goblin was good.
He's fun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's good, but Willem Dafoe is having a blast.
William Dafoe as Green Goblin was great.
I genuinely don't think Tobey Maguire gets the credit he deserves for this movie either.
Yeah.
Like, for the first two. Because I honestly think, like, I know you guys really like Tom Holland and everything, but I think in terms of the person who nailed both ends of it the best, I think Tobey Maguire is the best one in the middle in terms of being a Peter Parker and a Spider-Man, not just one or the other.
I can see why you would say that. I don't agree.
I really liked him.
No, I do too, but I
think of the three, he's probably my favorite. Like, he just... Because
at least
he
it's
hit
not
both.
Your favorite is Andrew Garfield.
He hit both. I think he's the best Spider-Man, but I think Tobey Maguire hit both the best.
Yeah, okay.
Whereas Tom Holland was like an awesome Peter Parker, and I kind of just found him meh as Spider-Man. And I guess speaking of Tom Holland, number 2 is Spider-Man Homecoming.
What? Oh, man. That's so amazing. How could it be number 2?
Spider-Man.
Okay. Just so the listeners know, I am the biggest Spider-Man fucking fan ever. Like, I'm wearing my Spider-Man shirt right now. Yeah.
No one can see that.
No one can see it, but I'm pointing.
I'm going to put a picture of Paul Blart instead.
And I just think that Homecoming finally got it right. Finally got it fully right.
I'm just happy it wasn't an origin story. I'm happy that
they did that perfectly. They didn't show fucking Uncle Ben dying. They didn't show him getting bit by the spider. They didn't have Osborn in there as a fucking friend. Like, they didn't do a stupid love interest as deeply as they did in the other two. Like, it just overall felt so much better. And you know what they actually did this time? They actually got actors that looked like high school students.
Yeah.
Like, they finally actually made them not look like adults in college.
The villain's also pretty solid in this
The
one.
villain's
Michael
very
Keaton's great.
solid.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton was the perfect choice to play the Vulture.
And I like it that it's just a guy who's stealing stuff. It's not like,
It's
I'm going to
small
turn
scale.
the world into lizards. I'm going to make
It's small scale.
Yeah,
electric
it's
stuff.
Small,
or-
and he's like,
which is Spider-Man.
yeah, and and he doesn't really come off as like a bad guy. Like in the beginning, he's
No,
like,
you kinda-
I've been
you
wronged
kinda
by
get where he's
Tony
from.
Stark. I'm gonna try and steal this shit and
Yeah,
make money.
you kind
off
of get
this."
where he's coming
So you
from.
kind of get it. I mean, like the Shockers are kind of like, well, the first Shocker was kind of evil. As the second Shocker was kind of just a goon.
Donald Glover looks high as fuck, though. Like,
Well,
he's
he
out to lunch.
Probably is.
He's out to lunch. That bit when he's just stuck to the hood of the car, he's just...
But that's another good thing. You know what they finally did is they actually tied things in from parts of the universe. And that's why I think it was so beneficial to the Spider-Man franchise when Sony was finally like, all right, fine. We'll get help from the MCU. We'll add them in. You know, Disney will give us a hand. We'll still keep the franchise. They don't have to give it up. Which made sense to me. And I think they just finally did a really good job with the character.
Fair enough.
Tom Holland would be ranked as my favorite.
He's my favorite Spider-Man.
I
too.
put this one as my number one on the list if my reaction didn't tell you that.
It's my number 2, but...
It's my number 3.
I do agree that he is the best Spider-Man. He is.
I think he's the best Peter
that.
Parker, the best Spider-Man. Then overall, just such amazing movies.
I know it's a dumb complaint, but I don't like the suit in this movie as much as any
The
other
suit
movie.
is so much better than any of the other movies, though.
I think it just looks goofy
I like
as
the
shit.
first suit, like from Tobey Maguire's suit. I always enjoyed
Yeah,
that.
no, that one's cool.
But you know what makes sense in this one? How does a fucking 15-year-old kid make a Spider-Man suit?
Well,
Tony Stark made it for him in this one. The other one's, how did he make that fucking suit?
I
in the
like
other
his
movies?
original suit, like with the sweater and the goggles and shit like that. That
Oh,
was cool.
yeah, his
But, he made himself.
Spider-Man homemade
Yeah.
suit, yeah.
Like his homemade one. I thought that was
It's
cool.
really cool looking.
I like this movie. I just remember being like... It was another Marvel movie where it just... I guess it did nothing to...
It's a
blow me
little
away.
bit over that.
It did nothing to blow me away. It was just sort of like, oh, it's a good Marvel movie.
Well, see, that's the thing. It didn't blow me away, but it was one of those ones where it's just it didn't have to be big.
Yeah.
Big. It was smaller scale.
The one thing I
and
really
liked
loved
that.
was the opening sequence, though.
Yeah.
The,
that
the
was
found
great.
footage bit there when they sort of fill in the bits from Civil War. I thought that was awesome. But
And coming as a ginormous Spider-Man fan, so
Oh,
I
yeah,
might
for
be
sure.
a little bit biased, but what was I gonna say now? Shit.
Oh.
we'll edit that
I
out.
completely lost. Yeah, we'll edit that out.
Wink.
But shit. Okay, we'll move.
All right, so moving on to number 1. Spider-Man 2 was mine and Zach's top pick.
Yeah.
Both of us went for this.
That has some of the best action scenes
And
in
I
any comic book
still
movie.
think that's one of the best villains in
Yeah.
any superhero movie to date. Because
I-
Dr. Octopus is fucking awesome.
Well, growing up, I always loved Doc Ock as a villain, but his portrayal in the movie was great, and
Yeah.
I love the actor who played him. I can't remember his name, but good on you.
Yeah, bud.
No, like
This was my number 2 on the list.
but that's kind of another one, like where it was like he was robbing banks to fund pay for science experiment thing.
He did go a little bit nuts, and
Yeah.
he wasn't afraid to kill people.
He's power hungry, yeah.
But, it wasn't
the spinal tap thing, with the arms, it kind of took over his mind.
Yeah.
So the arms were controlling
And
him.
even just, dude, this movie, action sequence-wise,
Oh,
Yeah,
that scene with the
solid.
subway is
Subway's-
still one of the best scenes in any Spider-Man movie.
but even the ending when they're drowning
Yeah.
what's it called again?
thing.
The sun.
The squiggle thing.
The black hole thing. When they're drowning it, and you kind of there's a redeeming quality to a villain that they haven't done it a lot. But having him go you got to sink it. I'll die with it. Blah blah blah. It was redeeming for all the shit he's done, and finally taking control over the arms.
I
Which I
love the
thought was
first
really
action
cool.
scene though when he robs the bank and he's fighting on they're fighting on the side of the building.
Yeah.
That bit's great.
Oh yeah, I even like the part where he gets the thing goes wrong and he gets attached to it.
Yeah.
And the glass breaks and the cheese as cheesy it is the glass flying through the air and you see his wife's face on the glass. It was kind of
Well,
cool.
it's very cartoony, but
Yeah.
that's fine because of the movie that it is.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is meant to be cartoony.
But that's the thing too. It's it's a good story. It's Peter growing up and trying to move on with his life and it's I don't want to do this anymore. I want to be a normal person. I want to hang out with MJ. I want to go to her plays on time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just it's a good story.
Yeah.
It's really well done too.
No, yeah, this is definitely my favorite one, and it's I think it's probably the one I've watched the most times too.
I've honestly, I
Guaranteed.
You know what's weird enough? I still have a VHS tape of this somewhere in my house right now.
I was gonna say because I saw the first. Well, I saw all 3 in theaters.
Same.
But the one I saw the most was the first one because my parents got it for me for Christmas, and
Mm-hmm.
I watched it all the time.
I bought the triple Blu-ray pack of this
Nice.
of that series.
Nice.
I bought
But like this is the thing, like this series is like way more watchable to me than the Amazing Spider-Man series.
oh fuck yeah,
That-
of course.
Oh, yeah.
So much so that like I think I've seen the Amazing Spider-Man movies each probably twice because of how bad they were to me. Like
I've watched the first one a bunch of times. I like it.
And that's the thing too with like Spider-Man 3. Like I know it's not nowhere near as good as the first 2, but watching, if I'm watching the first 2,
Yeah.
I can put on the third one and just be like, oh, you know, that's not that
Yeah.
bad. Like I don't
third
go out
one-
of my way to watch it, but I mean,
No,
if I'm
and-
watching the 3, I don't hate it.
in a way, I wish they would have let him be
It works
redeemed by making a 4th film.
Yeah.
Because he was
Yeah.
writing a 4th film, and then Sony was like, "We're just not going to do it."
Yeah, I would have loved to see what Sam Raimi would have done with another one.
He could. He wanted. He knew that the third
Yeah.
one was a flop, and he wanted to redeem it. And you know what? He could have made a good movie.
I think the second one too might still be the highest reviewed critical one to date.
I can see
Spider-Man
that.
one.
If I'm remembering correctly,
Marvel
Spider-Man
movies.
2.
Okay.
I can
Like
see
I think that might be the highest reviewed one to date.
I wanted to see what Bruce Campbell would play in Spider-Man 4. Who would he show up as?
Need to have him in there.
So before we finish, I guess let's rank our Spider-Mans.
What, like each run
The
through?
characters.
Spider-Man.
No.
Oh, okay.
Like where do you rank Toby and blah, blah, blah?
I'd go Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland.
Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, and Andrew Garfield.
Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. If there was a way to make Andrew Garfield lower, I would. Like, he's just awful. I'm
He's
sorry.
not that bad. He's bad.
Andrew
not that
Garfield's
bad.
just a shit actor.
No, he's a good actor.
No, I don't like him in anything.
You like
Negative
Hacksaw
Nancy
Ridge?
over
That's
here.
a lie.
Hacksaw's Ridge was really good, but not because of him.
Alright, so I think we're pretty much wrapped it up there. That's our list. Follow us all on Twitter and Letterboxd down below. We'll have all the links for that. And suggest any things for like future lists, future reviews. And we might even go back and review a couple of the things from this list at some point if we have time. So
Sure.
keep tuned for that.
Fuck
See you
Andrew
around.
I gotta pee.